My grandparents' house. Big, red, beautiful. It stood like a beacon of warmth and love, a place where every corner held a memory, every room echoed with laughter. I spent my childhood summers there. Those were the days of endless sunshine, where the air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers and the sound of children's laughter. Swinging on the porch swing, feeling the gentle breeze on my face, eating Grandma's apple pie, the taste of cinnamon and apples melting in my mouth. It was pure bliss. It was my happy place, a sanctuary where worries didn't exist, where every moment was a treasure. The house was more than just bricks and mortar. It was a living, breathing part of our family. When I was 10, I told Grandma, I'm going to buy this house someday. I remember the determination in my voice, the certainty in my heart. She chuckled. We'll see, kiddo. But I meant it. Every word. That house was my dream, my future. That house held my heart. Every visit, every holiday, it was like coming home to a piece of my soul. Years passed. College, marriage, career. Life moved on, but the dream never faded. It was always there, a constant whisper in the back of my mind. Then one day, my phone rang. Grandpa had passed. The news hit me like a tidal wave, a mix of sorrow and nostalgia. Grandma was moving in with my aunt. The house, our house, was going up for sale. It felt like the end of an era. The house was going up for sale. My heart leaped. This was the moment I had been waiting for, the chance to make my childhood dream come true. This was it, my chance. I could see it all so clearly, the future I had always envisioned. The house would be mine, a place where new memories would be made, where the legacy of love and warmth would continue. I made the call, my heart pounding with excitement. The process was a whirlwind, but every step brought me closer to my dream. Walking through the empty house, I could almost hear the echoes of the past, the laughter, the conversations. I imagined the future, the renovations, the new life that would fill these walls. Placing family photos on the mantle, setting up a cozy living room, it all felt so right. This was more than just a house, it was a home, a continuation of a legacy. Sitting on the porch swing, looking out at the sunset, I felt a sense of peace. This was my dream, my reality. Grandma's house, my house, our dream come true. With a smile of accomplishment, I looked at the house with pride. It was a journey, a dream realized. And as I stood there, I knew that this was just the beginning of a new chapter, a new set of memories waiting to be made. My wife, Sarah, was amazing. We sat down, crunched numbers. We were saving for a new car. That was out the window. No more dinners out, no more fancy vacations. Every spare penny went into our grandma's house fund. It was tough. We made sacrifices. But every time I pictured us on that porch swing, drinking lemonade, it felt worth it. This house wasn't just bricks and mortar. It was my history, my future, our future. My sister Jessica has 2 kids. They're lively, full of energy, and always on the move. They're great kids, but our tiny apartment wasn't ideal for play dates. The space was always cluttered with toys, and it felt like the walls were closing in on us. Jessica would often say, "This place would be perfect if we had Grandma and Grandpa's house." She'd go on about how much more room the kids would have to play, how they could have their own rooms, and how the backyard would be perfect for them to run around in. I'd just smile and nod. It seemed like harmless daydreaming, something we all do when we're feeling a bit cramped or overwhelmed. I didn't think much of it, just idle wishes, right? We all have those moments where we imagine a better, more spacious life. Little did I know, she was assuming the house would be hers. It wasn't just a dream for her, it was an expectation, that because she had children, it was automatically her right. She believed that having kids gave her a sort of priority claim over the house. I never corrected her. Why rock the boat? It seemed easier to just let her talk. Oh, how I regret that now. I should have spoken up, set the record straight. But I didn't, and now we're in a mess. Jessica's assumptions have led to a lot of tension in the family. It's not just about the house, it's about the entitlement and the unspoken expectations that have built up over time. The arguments started small, just little comments here and there, but they grew. Now every family gathering feels like walking on eggshells. The tension is palpable, and it's all because I didn't address those early assumptions. Looking back, I realized that communication is key. If I had just had an honest conversation with Jessica, maybe we could have avoided all this. It's a hard lesson to learn, but an important one. Assumptions can be dangerous, especially when they go unchallenged. Now we're working on rebuilding our relationship. It's not easy, but it's worth it. We're learning to communicate better, to be more honest with each other. And hopefully one day we'll look back on this and see it as a turning point, a moment that brought us closer together. The annual family barbecue. Sun shining, burgers grilling. I decided to share our good news. We did it! We're buying Grandma's house. Silence. Then Jessica exploded. What? Her face was red. You can't be serious. That's our house. Our kids need that house. Everyone stared. Mom, dad, aunts, uncles, cousins, all eyes on us. The fight was on. Divided we stand, family takes sides. The rest of the BBQ was a blur, shouting, accusations. My family, usually a united bunch, was fractured. Mom and Dad were on Jessica's side. You should have considered your sister, Mom said, her voice tight. Considered her? It's my dream too, I cried. But no one was listening. They saw me as the selfish one, the one denying a home for her sister's children. I felt sick, betrayed. A mother's disapproval. The days that followed were brutal. Silent treatment from Jessica, disappointed sighs from Mom. The worst was Dad. He called, his voice heavy. I'm ashamed of you, he said. Family comes first. Those words hit me like a punch in the gut. My own father ashamed of me. For what? For achieving a lifelong dream? For daring to build a future for myself and my wife? Where do we go from here? I was angry, hurt, confused. The emotions swirled inside me like a storm, each one crashing into the next. I felt like I was drowning in a sea of uncertainty and doubt. Every decision I had made seemed to be under scrutiny, and I couldn't help but question myself. Was I wrong to buy the house? Had I been selfish? These questions haunted me day and night. I couldn't shake the feeling that maybe I had made a huge mistake. I talked to Sarah, my rock, my confidant. She had always been there for me, through thick and thin. She held me as I cried. No, she said firmly. You earned this. We earned this. Her words were like a balm to my wounded soul. She reminded me of all the late nights, the sacrifices, the hard work we had put in to get to this point. It wasn't just about the house. It was about everything we had built together. Don't let them take this away from us. Her voice was steady, unwavering. She believed in us, in our journey, in our right to claim what we had worked so hard for. Her confidence gave me strength, a renewed sense of purpose. Her words were a lifeline. She was right. We had come too far to let doubt and fear take over. We had faced challenges before, and we had always come out stronger on the other side. This was no different. We had sacrificed so much, worked so hard. Every step of the way, we had given our all. The late nights, the early mornings, the endless hours of planning and saving. It had all led us to this moment. We couldn't let it slip away. This wasn't just about a house. It was about our dreams, our future. It was about proving to ourselves and to the world that we were capable, that we deserved this. The house was a symbol of everything we had achieved together. It was about standing up for ourselves, for our dreams. We had to fight for what we believed in, for what we had worked so hard to achieve. This was our moment, our time to shine, and we weren't going to let anyone take that away from us. Together, we would face whatever came our way, with strength, determination, and unwavering support for each other. Finding solace in my in-laws. Thankfully, Sarah's family was incredibly supportive. They knew how much this house meant to me. They're jealous, Sarah's mom said, shaking her head. Don't let them dim your shine. Her words were like balm to my soul. It was comforting to have someone on our side. Someone who understood that this wasn't about spite or greed. It was about love. Love for a house, yes, but also love for each other. Moving forward, not backwards. It's been tough. There's still tension with my family. Jessica barely speaks to me, but I'm trying to mend fences, trying to explain that this isn't about winning or losing. But I also know my truth. I bought the house, fair and square, and I'm going to make it my own. Fill it with love and laughter, just like Grandma and Grandpa did. Still my dream, now my reality. We move in next week. Boxes are packed. Furniture is being delivered. I can't wait to swing on that porch swing, to bake an apple pie in Grandma's oven, to create new memories. This house is mine now, ours. And no amount of family drama is going to take that away from me. This is my dream, and it's finally my reality.